Okay. So your patients, I'm just repeating this for the online viewers. So your patients project prana when they walk in. Okay. And what does it look like, or what does it feel like?
Sometimes it can actually look dark.
Sometimes it looks dark.
I can see certain electrical features in it.
Okay.
Sometimes it will make me feel a certain way, not always good.
Mm-hmm.
I know it gives me a clue as to what I need to do.
Okay. So as an acupuncturist, it gives you clues what areas to work on, right? Okay, very good. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Any other personal experiences with prana? Yes.
In yoga classes, we learn to do some basic pranayama.
Mm-hmm.
So we experience something from that.
Pranayamas, yes.
And so purification kind of really basic pranayamas.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So what I would like to do at this point, whoever is comfortable standing up, please do so. We'll do some tuning in. Let's create a common energy field, okay? So I don't know if you can see me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You're good. All right. So let's do some bouncing. Keep your, I can actually stand here. So keep your feet, turn them inwards a little bit, parallel, shoulder widths apart, and kind of bounce, 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 bounce. Mm-hmm. Okay, can start adding the shoulders. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Exhale through your mouth. What are we doing? Exhaling all that stagnant energy, right? Can shake. Look at all the smiles already. It doesn't take much, right? Okay, so now let's tap the top of the head lightly, the forehead, the back of the head, the ears, the forehead, the eyebrows, the cheekbones, the nose, the jaws, the neck. Okay, I can see better already. All right, so left hand out, arm out, and we're starting to tap our left shoulder. Now going down. Tap it like you mean it, like really. Going up, thumb up. Okay, this is the large intestine meridian. Working it, stimulating our internal organs. The small intestine and the heart meridian. Okay, my favorite part. 1, 2, 3, and we're all gonna say, I love my armpit. 1, 2, 3. I love my armpit. Very good. On the side. Okay, so now stop. Close your eyes and feel the difference. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? Uneven, right? How do you know it's uneven? What are you feeling? Tingling. What else? Stiff on the right side, tingling, burning, right? Yes. Tickling sensations and heat. Do you feel surges of heat? Okay, wonderful. Now let's do the other side. The shoulder. Going up. Large intestine. The small and the heart. You know what's coming, right? 1, 2, 3. I love my armpit. So I'm going around the abdominal area. Okay. Going down the side of the Legs, feet coming up. Exhale through the mouth. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, and the kidneys. Exhale through the mouth. Okay. Palms out. Just feel it. What are you feeling? Balanced, right? Do you feel like your aura has become stronger? It's almost palpable, right? With your eyes closed, try to feel your aura. Try to feel the limits. Very thick, right? Very, very thick now. Can you feel the common energy field? Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So now that we have created this common energy field, we can all function as one, right? Okay, so I won't touch upon Ayurveda. I'll leave it up to you, okay? All right, so I'll jump straight into into the juice. All right, so oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so this is a pineapple, right? Has everyone tasted pineapple before? Yes. What does it taste like? Delicious, yes. What else? Sweet, yes. What else? A little bit tangy, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry? Sour, yes. All of the above. Juicy, right? So, can you feel all of those things in your mouth as you're when I say pineapple? Do you feel it? Yes. Um, and it brings a smile on your face, right?
Okay, so all right. So here we go, having the pineapple juice. Please enjoy.
No. No
no?
enjoying it yet. No. No. Okay, so now if you can hold your cup up and make sure not to spill it, close your eyes. And now smell the juice. What are you feeling?
Aromas.
Aromas, yes. Refreshing. Tropical island. Yes. Mouth-watering, yes. Okay, now take a deep breath. And you can do it out loud, or you can whisper, or you can just do it in your mind's eye. Just express gratitude to the Creator, thanks to whom you are here and now in this physical body, experiencing all these wonderful things. Express gratitude to Mother Earth and her bounty. And this is a gift of nature we're holding in our hand. Express gratitude to all the people that participated in getting this juice to you. And now you can open your eyes, or you can keep them closed. Take a little sip. Don't rush, take little sips and just indulge in this pure deliciousness, packed with so much goodness and benefits for the body and the mind. What are you feeling? Warm right here in the heart chakra, yes. Isn't it bliss? So this is what prana feels like. This is the taste and the effect of prana. It's not fresh off the tree, but it's the best we can do, yes. Under the circumstances, yes.
Like country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like cut it from the Mother Earth and cut it right there.
Yes, that's the best, of course. Okay, so I thank you for being part of this demo of the Prana Rich Juice. And now we are moving on to the more educational part. So if you can please help me move the table a little.
Tastes like pineapple, not mango, or celery juice.
Actually, I want you to be in the middle. Actually, all of those, yes. Mango and celery, yes. If they are fresh and yeah, and if you take them mindfully, yes, it's all prana.
So prana is all of the flavors if it's mindful.
It's just one of the manifestations of prana.
All right. Dear friends, thank you very much for coming. We so appreciate it. That means that you're very interested in this topic and generally in natural health, which we advocate for, and we think that we've reached the expertise level in natural health in many ways. So I want this to be in a form of discussion. We can, just talk and ask questions and share views and opinions and concerns. So I would really like to hear you ask questions and just interrupt me in any moment, and let's talk so that we don't lose the communication streak, and because I may talk on different things and just go too far with it, but I want everybody to just really be together, so we don't lose anybody as we go. Okay, I'll try. Maybe I don't possess that strong a voice, but I'll try. All right. So Prana, thank you for sharing your experiences with Prana and how you understand it. This is great. And let me also do that. So prana, how I had understood, had gotten to understand it, is the way of the divine mother and father connect and create the universe, the physical universe, the physical being. Prana is just the vehicle of consciousness into the matter, into the physical nature. So how the consciousness enters the physical nature. This is the starting point of prana. It happens on the level of unmanifested consciousness first. So unmanifested consciousness, which is behind the realm of physical universe, which may not even be created at this point, is the male beginning, Purushottama. So that's the consciousness in pure form, always stable, flawless, and very still. and nothing bothers it until at one point, all of a sudden, the surrounding nature around Purusha, which is called Prakriti, which is also on a conscious level, starts attracting Purusha. And the first move is always made by Purusha, by Prakriti. What does this tell us? I can say that tells us that in the relationship man and woman, the woman always makes the first move, not the man. Can you say that? Usually it is like accepted that the man should approach and introduce, right? Say, I'm this and I like you, let's go out with me. Kind of this is the standard way we understand. But really, it is not so. It is the woman that chooses always. So this is what happens on conscious level too. So Prakriti starts pulling Purusha, and Purusha starts entering Prakriti, just yielding and to create the vortex. And the first move towards Prakriti, Purusha does through Prana. So Prana is like the vehicle that drives the consciousness into the nature. And Prana consists of three parts. These three parts are precursors of the physical elements. These three parts of prana are called Maruti, then Agni, and then Soma. So these three parts of prana, Marut, Agni, and Soma. The first initial move of prana unfolds Marut, and Marut is the creator of etheric body. We have subtle bodies. Let's just all like right away project it to a human being without talking about the creation of universe. Because I mean, universe is a whole unit, human is a whole unit, and all the energies are just projected to the human in just on a different scale. But everything step by step on how the energies are unveiling is the same process from the beginning to the end. But we'll right away we'll talk about the human. Marut projects the Pranamaya kosha, which is the etheric body. Within the etheric body, now we have the vortex, the field of magnetism. This is what's the most important. This is the initial starting point of building of life, starting from the space energy, which is the ether itself, and then that vortex of magnetism. What's the vortex of magnetism? It's the blending point of the Purusha and Prakriti in a vortex. In yin, you saw that magnetic field. And then that magnetic field intensifies. And nothing else yet exists but just the magnetism, this vortex of two potencies. And then they intensify to the point that the energy of expansion all of a sudden overcomes the energy of resistance. And at this point, friction happens. When the friction happens, then the second part of prana is revealed, and that is Agni. So now the Agni is at work. Now Agni builds up the mental realm, Manamaya Kosha. And within the Manamaya Kosha, the top expression of Agni is the spark, is the light, is that friction when we see, and this is a very common notion about electromagnetic field, right? We know electromagnetic field where we have this magnetism and then some electrons are rushing. So like micro lightnings are happening always. So first of all, if we consider that magnetism is first, then the electromagnetic field needs to be called magnetoelectric field, in fact. But then out of this field of magnetism comes out the lightning, the friction. And this friction here is the energy that now will sustain the entire mental realm. The biggest part of it, of which is the subconsciousness. which is called Citta. Now, this word Citta actually has the first syllable chi, meaning that this is that specific energy that is sustaining the mental realm. The key energy, which is the part of prana, or the highest expression of Agni, is the sustainer of the mental realm. And then throughout the mental realm, we see the radiance of ki from white spectrum all the way to the red spectrum. And so they're also like within the pranamaya kosha etheric body, there are also 7 layers. And then within our physical body, there are also 7 layers. But this physical body, you already kind of can guess, right? That's when the Soma is expressing. And the expression of all of these actually ignites the existence of doshas. So this is where the doshas come from. They come from the precursors in prana that are now just basically manifesting while entering the Prakriti, the nature. So the mental realm is very important. It's probably one of the most important realms to understand as far as the well-being and health and everything, because the physical body, it's just the product of the mental realm, or it's the robe of the mental realm that it puts on later when the soma is manifesting. So the chi energy, it fills up the citta, subconsciousness. And within subconsciousness, we harbor a lot of different impressions. Now, these impressions come from a perception. And that when the body is already formed, then it's given the senses in order to understand itself in the manifested reality. And then this is connected to our mind, and then the mental realm actually projects other departments of itself, like conscious mind and the senses and the ego. The ego conditions the entire being. Any questions? Am I not complicating things? No?
I'm just taking it in, just observing.
All right, good, good, good. Yes, the mental realm is functioning on this highest expression of Agni element, on chi energy that is constantly rushing through our subtle body and sustaining the health of our mental realm in the purity of subconscious mental realm and the way that we are creating the views and opinions of the external environment as well as of the internal qualities. Then once the process unveils further, Soma turns into our physical body. Soma is the expression of water and earth, and this manifests into our physical body in the end as the final stage of this process. And once that happens, then the whole physical existence comes to being. That incorporates all the 3 doshas at this point because they've already manifested in physical nature environment, and that would still contain the prana as the agent of consciousness within this manifested unit, whether it's the universe or whether it's the human body or whether it's a small little indragap, which is like a tiny virus that would still have the same all energies projected in the same way, in the same principle with maybe different proportions. Okay, so this is how the prana originates, and this is what prana means. Now, prana will fill up our existence because without prana, it is impossible to think, move, exist, do things, and even create things in the shape they are. The specific ways that things are made by nature or by humans' creativity is the work of consciousness. If we were to ask where's the consciousness and whether it's tangible, yes, it is tangible, it's all around, but it's tangible in forms and meanings. Because if we were to bring it all down to homogeneous matter, then the matter is it's amorph substance. It doesn't have any shape. It doesn't mean anything. It has no sense. It has no goal, no purpose. And then all of a sudden, we see the design and specific purpose for everything. And that's the consciousness manifested. And it's manifesting due to the prana, presence of prana, which is, as we mentioned, the flow of Purusha, power of Purusha, the consciousness of the Almighty, the consciousness of the higher divinity, which is behind the scene of the physical creation. So prana supports our body and supports everything on earth, living or not living, because things that we may think that are not living, like rocks, stones, metals, things like that, they are just tissues of our Mother Earth. And tissues are the layers. The pranic body has 7 layers. And the Manamaya Kosha, the mental body, has 7 layers. One of these layers is the karmic layer, and the karma retains some distortions of our impressions, and that holds it within. Everything is sustained by prana, our mental body, and of course our physical body. And the stones and rocks that we see that we think is inorganic matter, in fact, is a part of our Earth, Mother Earth body, as let's say, as the bone tissue, let's say, right? Because then there's like soft liquid tissues, there's soft tissues, there are hard tissues, and there are also the type of more like conscious tissues. Earth is also, the physical matter has the layers. We're basically like layered cake with these tissues, and each tissue, each layer of tissues contains the specific quality of consciousness. And altogether, they comprise the unit that has more matter and less consciousness, or less or different quality of consciousness, to more consciousness and less matter. Our etheric body pulls and harnesses the magnetism. This is the function of it. This is what it needs to do. And this is why when we're breathing, we are activating our etheric body in order to create the more intense vortex for all of our expression. I mean, for all our tissues, the body, for the mind, because this is the starting point for chi ignition. The more magnetism we can harness, the more intense chi we can ignite and send into our mental body to be sustained. But etheric body, as it harnesses the prana, it has it also because that's where the Vata dosha primarily is associated with our etheric body more. And within the Vata dosha, we also have 5 subdoshas. 5 subdoshas are, number 1, Prana Vayu, and it has the same name as Prana. Prana Vayu and Prana are 2 different things. Prana itself is the complete primordial energy that has all the precursors for all the elements and the seed of consciousness in it too. Whereas Prana Vayu is only the vehicle of the main trend of magnetism through the body. Number 1 to our brain as the ether, and it travels. This is why we have the noses that go directly in our brain. And probably I don't know whether any one of you ever been done with this question, why our nose, even though we breathe air down to the lung, right? Why our nose goes up into the brain? What's the point? What's this bridge for? What's the function of this bridge here? Why is it going to the brain? Why would the nature, with its being so precise to the point, because nature doesn't waste a single slide of energy for nothing. Why would it actually make our nose go here, but not just like make an openings here and send them down to the lungs? Because this is what the pranavayu does. It carries the etheric energy up to the brain, to the top chakra. This is where This is another function that is more subtle function of our nose. And then the air part, of course, that travels down to the lung, beyond the lung, because breath is not only just the gas exchange, it is the energy wave that travels throughout the entire body as well. So that's what Prana Vayu does. And there's like more Vayus. There are 4 more subdoshas, as well as their subdoshas for Pitta energy. But Pitta energy starts with the mental realm at the point of chi. And it is very important when we eat food or when we breathe to be able to convert prana into chi and have the ignition point. If we do not have the ignition point where prana can reveal its Agni part, Agni component, then it will turn into flat Vata in our body and become destructive. This is what happens with prana in this case. So prana is very easy to turn into Vata if we are deficient on some mental practices or some chi practices. And once the etheric body is so rich with magnetism, with marut, then that needs to start converting into the friction, into the spark, into chi, and enter our mental realm to sustain it. But at some point, when the prana does not convert into chi due to the lack of practices, prana will turn into vata. Nowadays, it is very common thing that we actually observe that happen in many people who would actually do a lot of pranayama and they would be vata vitiated, become vata vitiated, or they would start eating raw food and then they would actually have a lot of vata vitiation. Why does that come from? We cannot very freely convert the prana, the external prana I'm talking about, into the chi. Cooked food acts differently in terms how it converts the energy. And it's not only the nutrients that lose their pranic content, their bioactive content, which is the enzymes, the vitamins, and the active amino acids and the organic acids. Let's say when we cook them and that property is lost and wasted, then they become more materialistic things. For example, the fresh fructose has the counterclockwise spin. And this what allows it to enter the cells without causing any insulin production. Yes, and because it's fresh and pranic, it has a different spin. And this spin is actually counterclockwise. It's like in the trajectory of antimatter. So what is an antimatter? In fact, antimatter is the energy. The better we become in terms like we are rejuvenating that way. We're cutting through the matter. We're opposing the matter. And we are just rejuvenating our subtle being to counterpart the prevalence of physical matter in our existence.